What's up guys, Groovy Guitar Dude here with a beginner guitar tutorial for Good Things Fall Apart by Illenium Jon Bellion. If this video helps you out, hit that like and subscribe button, and let me know down in the comments below what are the songs by Illenium or Jon Bellion that you want to learn on guitar. Guys, the first thing that you want to know to play Good Things Fall Apart is that we're going to be in DADGAD tuning, and we are not going to need a capo to play this song. Now, if you've never tuned to DADGAD tuning before, that might sound a little bit intimidating, but I promise it's not as difficult as it sounds. I'll have a video linked up here where I walk through a little bit more about how to tune to that tuning quickly and easily, but a quick little run through of what that'll sound like is we're going to drop our low E to a D, we're going to keep our A the same, we're going to keep our D the same, we're going to keep our G the same, we're going to drop our B string to an A, and we're going to drop our high E also to a D. And that's it, you're in DADGAD tuning. The next thing you want to know for Good Things Fall Apart is the structure of this song. We're going to start out with a verse, then go to pre-chorus, then chorus, then post-chorus, that's the little PC with a star next to it. Then we're going to do verse, pre-chorus, chorus again, then post-chorus, then pre-chorus, and then we're going to finish up with one last chorus to take us out of the song. And the last thing you want to know for Good Things Fall Apart before we dive in is the 3 chords that we need to play this song. Now again, remember we're in DADGAD tuning, so these are a little bit different than your standard chords, but they're all very beginner friendly. The first chord we're going to need is a D, the next one is a G, and the last one is an A. And I'll have chord charts for all of those in the pinned comment below for those of you who need them. And with all that in mind, guys, let's dive into Good Things Fall Apart. Man, I absolutely love this song. I love this style. I love both of these artists, and I love the combination of kind of mixing some cool acoustic guitar stuff with more of that EDM kind of vibe that Illenium has. I'm actually a huge Illenium fan, and I was very fortunate to be able to hear this song a few weeks early when he performed it for the first time at a music festival that I was at. It was amazing, and I've been super excited to share it with you guys ever since. So with that in mind, let's take a look at this song. The first thing we're going to look at is this picking pattern that plays through the verse. And I'll go ahead and tell you guys right now, this is a little bit challenging. It's going to be a little bit tricky, especially for the beginners out there. This one took me some time as well, so be sure to start this one really slow. Same thing as always, there's really nothing that's too difficult for anybody to learn, but just start really slow and don't be kind of intimidated or turned off from learning this song if it's a little bit tough to play at full speed in the beginning, because it is pretty quick and it is a little bit tricky. So with that in mind, let's take a look at this picking pattern that's going to play through our verses. First, we're going to start here with an open low E, or well, technically a D, but you know what I mean, open low E string, which is now a D. And we're going to do this. We're going to have 5th fret on the D, we're going to hit that, and we're going to pull off to 4th. We're going to go just like that, and we're going to do that twice. So one more time. Like that, and then from there we're going to go up to 7th on A, and we're going to let that chill for just a second, and then we're going to hit that 7th on A again, and we're going to slide it down to 5th on A, and then we're going to hit 5th on A, and we're going to slide it up to 7th, and then back down to 5th. So that last one is really quick. It happens like that. So it's 5th, slide up to 7th, slide back down to 5th, all in one note. And that's our first little segment there. Right? Next segment goes like this, still in verse, still in the same verse picking pattern. This is just kind of the next section of it. We're going to again hit that low E, which is now a D. And then we're going to do the same thing again like we just did. We're going to do that 5th pull off to 4th on A twice. I'm sorry, on D twice. Just like that. And this one we're going to go to 7th on D, and then 7th on A, and then 5th on A, and then we're going to really quickly go on D string, 5th, 4th, open, and then here we go, we're just going to be a little bit different here. We're going to go up to 5th on the low E, and then we're going to have 5th on the B, and we're going to give this one a slight bend when we hit it. Just a really slight bend on that. And we're going to do that same thing again, so 5th low E, 5th B, really slight bend to that. And then we're going to switch this into a strum pattern. You might notice from the beginning of this, this is actually our G shape here. We're going to go down, 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 just like that. And that is our whole picking slash little bit of strumming at the end portion of the song for verse. This is going to repeat through all of our verses. And like I said, guys, that is a little bit tricky. it's kind of a lot. So what we're going to do is we're going to run through that very slowly together so you can see exactly what that looks like once all the way through. And then I'm going to run through it a couple of times full speed so you can match it up with the speed of the song. So first, slowly, our verses on Good Things Fall Apart should look something like this. And guys, a couple of times full speed through what we're playing on verse for Good Things Fall Apart will look about like this. And from there, guys, we're into pre-chorus. And pre-chorus is actually going to be the easiest part of this song. All we're going to have is a little chord progression and 2 strum patterns. Our chord progression for pre-chorus is going to be D and G, and that's it. And our strum pattern for this is that for our D chord, we're going to hit that D chord with a single down strum. We're going to hit that, we're going to let that hang out. And then we're going to go to our G chord, and we're going to do 16 quick building down strums that are going to bring us into the chorus for that big Illenium drop that comes in the chorus. So again, that kind of 16 down strums is kind of going to look like this. And you'll notice that the intensity gets a little bit louder towards the end. It kind of just builds and builds and builds. It gets a little bit louder, 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 just kind of leading into that big drop that comes in the chorus. And that's it, guys. Like I said, single down strum on that D, and you got 16 building down strums into the G, or on the G into the chorus, rather. So, guys, one time all the way through that pre-chorus. Really simple, but just so you guys can see it will look about like this. And that will bring us into chorus. And for chorus, we have a chord progression and a couple of strum patterns. Let's take a look at this first line first. So what we're going to do is we're going to start here. We're going to have our chord progression D and G. Same thing as we had for the pre-chorus, but obviously we're switching up our strum pattern here. So the thing with this part with strum pattern is that this is the part where the big Illenium drop comes in. So there's definitely guitar in this, but it kind of gets drowned out a little bit by kind of that big Illenium kind of EDM sound. So that said, what you do on strum pattern here may be a little subjective. This is kind of what I'm going to share with you is kind of the closest that I could get. It's kind of like just, it sounds good, it fits, it works well, and it sounds like what might be being used. But like I said, with this, it could be a couple of different things. You kind of might want to experiment and see what you think sounds best. So, like I said, first line, we've got D, and we've got G. And what I'm doing for strum pattern for each one of those is this. I'm going to do down, up, down, a little bit of a pause, and then we're going to go down, 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 up. Twice for each chord. So again, we're going to go down, up, down, 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 up. Twice for each chord, just like that, about that speed. That's what we're doing for the first line there. So got D, G, we're going to do that twice with that strum pattern. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to A. This is where our A chord comes in. We're going to do a single down strum there, a little bit of space, and then we're going to do another single down strum, and then quickly into G. We're going to let that G hang out, and that's going to take us out of the chorus. So that last little section will look like this. We go A, G, and then that's it on the way out of the chorus. And that is all for our choruses, guys. So once all the way through the chorus for Good Things Fall Apart will look about like this. And guys, the last thing that you need to know to play Good Things Fall Apart on guitar is that little post-chorus picking pattern that's going to play after each chorus. I believe it plays twice after the first chorus and 4 times after the second chorus. And it's going to look very similar to our verse picking pattern, but it's actually a little bit shorter and a little bit easier. So with that in mind, let's take a look at this. So again, we're going to start with an open low E, and then we're going to go to 7th on the D string, and we're going to hit that and slide down to 4th. And we're going to do that twice. So we'll go just like that. From there, we're going to go to 2nd on the D string. And then we're going to hit that 2nd again and hammer it onto 4th. And then we're going to hit that 2nd again and we're going to pull it off to open. And that is it, guys. That is that little picking pattern. Like I said, it repeats twice after the first chorus, and I believe 4 times after the second chorus, and that's it. That's the only places we see this in the song. So guys, again, I'm going to walk through that one really slowly once all the way through, just so you can see exactly what it looks like and match it up with the song and stuff. Make sure you got it down just right. And then we'll go through it a couple of times full speed so you can match it up with the speed of the song. So first, slowly through that little post-chorus picking pattern will look about like this. And guys, a couple of times full speed through the little post-chorus picking pattern that plays after the first 2 choruses of Good Things Fall Apart will look about like this. And guys, that is everything that you need to know to play Good Things Fall Apart on guitar. As always, if you have any questions, you can hit me up in the comments down below. I'm usually pretty quick getting back to those. And again, if this video helped you out, hit that subscribe button. I have about 680 other guitar and ukulele lessons on this channel, and I usually try to post at least 3 to 5 new lessons every single week. So if you're learning guitar or ukulele, there could not be a more perfect channel for you to check out. If you want to see what song I'm jamming on today or pictures of my dog, you can hit up my Instagram story at the Groovy Guitar Dude. Link for that will be in the description below. Man, I am so stoked to be sharing this song with you guys today. This is such a cool and beautiful song, so well produced, so well written, and it's just got the best of both worlds. It's got that cool acoustic-y vibe of Jon Bellion, and it's got that awesome EDM vibe of Illenium. I'm a huge Illenium fan, so as soon as I heard this song, I was just in love with it right away. This is a little bit more of a difficult song that I usually teach on this channel. It's a little bit more towards that advanced difficulty level, but as always with songs like this, the best way to get those tricky parts down, especially the picking parts like the verse and the post-chorus, is to just play them slowly, over and over and over again. Slowly, 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 as slowly as you need to, over and over again, as many times as you need to, until you just get them down really well, and then work on speeding them up. That's what I do for every single song that I learn, every single song that I teach on here. I always start them slowly, and then I build them up to full speed, so that I can make sure that I really have it down, and then you can eventually work into playing it full speed along with the song. It's exactly what I do for every single song I learn. It's a great way to get those tricky parts down. I've had a blast jamming on this song. I hope you guys have a lot of fun jamming on it as well, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see y'all soon.